What's going on, everyone? I am Stock Sniper Mike, and we are back again for another Weekly Watchers video. Now, if you don't know what the Weekly Watchers video is, it's a watch list we create every Sunday afternoon with a list of stocks we believe could make us the most money in the upcoming week. Now, we're not telling you to go out and buy all these stocks. The goal is for you to just set up alerts and be ready for them to break certain resistance spots and hold certain support spots. If you are wondering where to find it, you could find it on our website at thestocksnipers.com or in our mobile app store under the Stock Snipers. And that's where we're going to take you today. So let's dive on into the app here. Bam. And then when you click onto the app, you want to make sure you log yourself in. And once you log in, you'll be able to get pulled up to the all page, which is everything that we have to offer. 2 watch lists a day, a weekly webinar every Wednesday, as well as extra Music Monday posts, all extra fun stuff that we have going on there. We also have the chat room, very beneficial for everyone that's trying to start in trading. But today we're going to be looking at the watch list. And the watch list, weekly watch list, is the guy with the binoculars. So when you click on the guy with the binoculars, you'll get pulled up with a list of stocks, like I said earlier, that could potentially make us money this week. And that's what this is all about. Tagging bags together. Let's get rich together. We're going to start off this week with a list of cannabis stocks. Don't know if you saw what happened last week, but Joe Biden pardoned a couple thousand people for federal crimes for possession of marijuana. Now, it's not the biggest of deals what he did there, but it is a step forward to legalization. Now, not a lot of people out there do have federal crimes for just possession of marijuana. That's why this is not the biggest of deals, but it is a couple thousand of people that are going to be relieved from this. So shout out to Joe. And now we have a hot sector to pay attention to in the stock market, and that is that cannabis sector. If you guys noticed, last week TLRY spiked all the way up from $3 up into the 450s. So a 50% spike in 1 hour there, and it shows you the true potential when we do get momentum shifts, do get sector momentum in the stock market. Now, it did cool down to close out the week, but we are looking at these cannabis stocks to start up the new week. September was a very, very slow month, one of the slowest months of the year for the snipers, but OTC-tober started off hot. Last week, out of the full week that we had, we actually were able to go 5 for 6, so winning most of our trades there and profiting over $2,000 to start the new month. So great work there after a slow month, catching up right away on the first week of October. The overall market, QQQ, Dow Jones, and the SPY all came back down to 52-week lows last week as the market came out with unemployment numbers on Friday, bringing the market back down. So Dow down, snipers up. We're still profiting in a down market, and that's what it's all about. Let's dive into this watch list, though, to see what we could potentially make money in the upcoming week. And we'll start with TLRY. We were talking about it earlier. We'll dive more into it because this is the cannabis sector leader. Usually when this one cannabis stock spikes, the rest of the cannabis stocks spike with it. So we like to pay attention to this almost like a benchmark. And if that starts to go, then we start to look at these other stocks to go and follow along with it. Some of those other stocks that we are talking about, we have sub-penny stocks. That's going to be KGKG, PHOT, HEMP, MCOA, Herb, Green H. We also have the slower moving dispensary stocks, and those are personally the sniper's favorite because you usually can tell when they're going to make a move. TCNNF and GTBIF are the ones that we made over $1,500 together last week, and we have them on that dispensary list with CRLBF, CURLF, PLNHF, JUSHF, VRNOF. Then we do have some OTC penny stocks if you want to check those out. Nice list there, as well as a list of cannabis listed stocks too. All those stocks you want to put on one master greenwash watch list so you are prepared when a moment like Thursday comes back around. We don't know when that's going to happen again, but we do know we were able to capitalize off of it because we were prepared. So being prepared is one of the key things in becoming a day trader. Now, other than the hot market stuff and all the fun movers that we had on Thursday, we also have some hot stocks that we're looking for outside of that green rush sector. And we'll start it with the stock we recently made money off of, SHMP. Shrimp is a stock that spiked from 8 cents all the way to 17 cents, and now it's hanging out right above 12 cents. Usually when a stock spikes like that, it comes right back down, but this one has been consolidating, showing that it can potentially come back to 15 cents. If it breaks 15 cents, look to make that move on good old shrimp. GTII is a panic dip buy. That means the stock can possibly fall a huge amount in a short amount of time. And why we believe that is because the stock spiked 1,000% in 6 days. So from 80 cents all the way to the 890s in 6 days, and now consolidating above $4. The consolidation looks nice, but the spike looks like it was too much. And we're just looking for that first big red day back below $4 and $3.80, and a possible panic back to that 208 breakout. MMTLP is another stock that we recently just made money off of, and one that continued to run after we sold it. It ran all the way from the 195s where we sold it all the way up into the 350s. So amazing run and amazing squeeze here on MMTLP, but everything that goes up must come back down, and that's what we'll be looking for. A first red day short potentially in MMTLP, and if we miss that first red day short, we'll be looking for a possible panic dip buy back to that $2 multi-month breakout level. This stock is one we've been watching for a long time now. It's OTC Bitcoin related stock Humble. It's been falling for 3 straight months, going from 9 cents all the way down to the 1.9, so below 2 cents now. The stock was once trading at $7 in 2021, and it's now down below 2 cents. We're just looking for the first green day after 18 straight downward days. We think that it could potentially come in this upcoming week. This is catching a falling knife, so we're not telling you just go buy this stock, but when it does finally make that momentum shift, we'll be looking to play that first green day there. And now let's jump into the listed movers. We only had a couple listed movers to keep an eye on because the overall market is coming back down to 52-week lows, but these stocks do look like they have the potential to line up with the sniper pattern, so we're going to be watching them this week. The first one and our favorite listed one is the EV sector leader that everyone knows about, Tesla, TSLA. They're creating 7 straight red days from 289 all the way back down to 222, and 215 is a long-term support area we're looking for it to come back down to. If it cracks below 220 to start the new week, we'll be looking for it to bottom out around 215 because 206 is the 52-week lows, and it's crazy that it's shot that far down in 8 straight days. If we could bounce off 215 next week, we'll be looking for that first green day play. Next two are listed low flow plays, and with low flow plays, that means they could run a lot if they get a good enough volume. We like to play the low flow plays, anything below 30 million in public float or lower, because the potential that they can run if they do get the volume we're looking for. The first one is FSI, and this is a multi-month breakout that looked like it was going to crack, running from 165 all the way up to 335 last week, but it never cracked. It ended up making 275 daily support, and if it can come back above that $3 spot, back to 335 multi-month highs, we believe we're going to get another big short squeeze run in FSI. And last but certainly not least is TC. This is a 52-week breakout play that made 52-week highs last week, and now it's consolidating above a certain spot. From 240 to 549 was the spike, and when that happens, you usually think the stock's going to collapse, but it didn't. It consolidated above 445, and if it continues to hold that spot, we'll be looking for the curl back above 5 and back towards that 549 52-week highs. Great work on last week going 5 for 6 to start OTC Tober. Very excited how this week is going to go with all the heat that's been happening. Even though the market's crashing, there are still bags to be tagged here with the snipers. Dow down, snipers up. Hopefully you guys can profit off of one of these plays, and if not, maybe next week we can grab a bag. Stock Sniper and Mike, out.